Hello, good morning everyone. This is dietitian Shweta Hemant Chikle and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your support everyone. So today we will talk about World Obesity Day. Today is 4th March and it is celebrated as World Obesity Day everywhere. It is basically an awareness day. It's not celebrated but it needs to spread awareness. That's why we are talking about obesity today. Obesity is becoming one of the pandemic nowadays in India, worldwide actually. And with upcoming news every day in the in newspapers we see that men or women or children, even adolescent children are now becoming overweight and obese. It is all lifestyle related, but then there are certain criterias which define that whether you are really overweight or obese or no. Okay, so the very first thing is that the BMI. So the upper limit for Indian population now is 23. Anything below 23 is good, anything above 23 is supposed to be overweight, and above 30 is obesity. Waist to hip ratio less than or equal to 1 is good for males. Less than or equal to 0.8 waist to hip ratio for females is said to be good. Anything above these two ratios will be overweight or obesity. Now the other criteria is the body fat percentage. Body fat percentage of anything in between 10 to 20% for males is said to be good. Anything above 20% of the body fat percentage is said to be overweight or obesity for males, and 20 to 30 is supposed to be good for females, and above 30% is said to be obesity for females. So these are the basic criteria by which we can define. Okay, the other ratio is the very simple, is that the height and weight ratio, height and weight. So suppose in centimeters, if your height is 160 centimeters, your weight should be somewhere around 55 to 60. So always a range, it's not a perfect figure, okay, so to say. So there are different criterias, and depending on your family history, depending on your lifestyle, the dietitian or the healthcare professional will understand and try to make the plan accordingly for you. So what are the causes? So the heredity, as I said, is just 20%. It will play just 20% part in obesity, but rest of the 80%, the major chunk, is in our hand, like to control your diet, lifestyle, physical activity, again your professional stress, personal stress, everything counts. Your sleep, your rest pattern, everything is going to depend. The obesity, whether you are overweight or no, will depend on all these factors. Apart from that, nowadays we see every second person or every third person female we meet is a PCOD patient. We see so many thyroid patients. So these are also some of the metabolic disturbances that happen in the body which leads to obesity. Okay, now obesity itself is not it's a projection of a lot of internal changes that are happening in the body, and it can of course lead to a lot of detrimental effects on the body again in future if not addressed to. So what it can lead to is high blood pressure. Of course it can lead to deranged lipid profile, so which can ultimately lead to CVD, that is cardiovascular diseases. It can sometimes lead to diabetes, because the trunk fat deposition on the trunk will lead to deranged blood sugar metabolism, so that will again ultimately make you become diabetic. So many a times it happens that all these things are there. People are aware that they are becoming overweight. See, obesity will not happen overnight. No, you will not just turn 50 to 60 in a day or in a week's period. So it's very important to keep a check on your weight gain. Okay, after a certain age, after certain physiologic conditions, or if you have gone through a lot of physiological stress or emotional stress, if you have been hospitalized for a long period of time, try to understand the effect of all these things, cumulative effect on your weight, because that ultimately you have to finally get back to the pavilion and understand that your body is a very beautifully interplays all these things, and it responds to it in a very different way. It is going to try and settle down things on its own to some extent, but after it there is a saturation point, and after some time it will give up. So then all the metabolism is disturbed, and it will show up either like hypertension, like CVD, like lipid raised, or PSL raised. Okay, so you have to now, what can you do to keep all this in check and stay away from obesity and its side effects? Is that very simple. Try to make small good changes, good habits. Try to inculcate certain good habits, eating patterns in the diet, and see to it that it becomes a family pattern, so everybody in the family is benefited. Something which is sustainable, that is very important. Not that you go on a very crash dieting, or you just very vague diet. No, that's not necessary. No need to follow any fat diet. Make small, bit by bit, it is achievable. Make small changes, good habituary changes that will be sustainable lifelong. Suppose if you change one small thing in 1 week, follow it for 1 week, see to it that you adapt to it, and then you introduce something else, another good habit in the diet. Similarly, exercise. If you are not able to exercise at all right now, you can always start with just half an hour walk in the beginning, then you can increase it later on. So ultimately what happens is the stamina improves, and ultimately you are able to do more exercises. Plus, when you lose 5% or 7% of your body weight, ultimately all your metabolic cycles will be in place, and lot of things will be taken care of on its own. So this is very important to understand. Please don't fall prey to any of the weight loss tablets, powders. All these things are not going to help. It's not good for long run. Plus it is very heavy on the pocket, and this is not something your body will always be feed. You will feed the body on always. Okay, so no need to go in for all those things. Yes, unless it is declared by the medical professionals that yes, now you cannot lose weight after following the diet or after doing the exercise. Then if it's labeled as morbidly obese, then you need certain other interventions which the dietitian or the doctors can tell you. But till then, I would say 80 to 90% is in our hand, how to follow, how to keep your body active and take care of your health. Okay, so what can be done? You need to do yearly weight checkups, that is there. Try to understand how much you gain after a certain period, after, so like seasonal changes. In winters we tend to eat more, so many people will gain weight after winters, but that is a normal trend. And after summers arrive, summers any which ways we eat less, so the weight loss will start happening. And if you take a little more effort, conscious eating, conscious efforts, you will ultimately come back to your normal weight. Okay, so that is one thing. Second is that yearly blood checkups, yearly BMI checkups, yearly your body fat percentage, all this you need to monitor. Of course, there are certain age criteria, like after 50, after 40. For women especially, the hormonal changes will lead to weight gain, so they have to put in more efforts. So all this will be taken care, and your healthcare professional will explain you all this and will make changes accordingly. Second thing is that now what blood profile you need to do on a regular basis is that you have to understand that lipid profile, blood sugar levels, then your uric acid levels. If you have a tendency of high uric acid, then all that needs to be checked. Most important is diet and lifestyle changes. So no shortcuts. Understand that there are no shortcuts for anything. The weight which you have gained has been gained over a period of years together, so it will take some time. Give your body some time. Your body is very understanding and cooperative. Try to make the body happy, and it will give you back a lot of love, and you will be able to lose weight. So happy Obesity Day to everybody who is watching this. And if you all want personalized diet charts for diabetes, or for kidney issues, or for weight loss, only weight loss, or whatever it is, weight gain, weight loss, you all can please get in touch with me. I will be doing I do a lot of online consultations, and so my number is 9970780125. Thank you so much.